What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Shane Rowe. Guys, I don't know how we didn't win that game against Newcastle. It was there for the taking, especially in Turkey. We should have been bouncing back. But yeah, here we are. So guys, come on in, like the video, hit the subscribe button, and grab you a cup of Yardies coffee, and let's get caffeinated. Now, without further ado, we're just gonna jump right into it. These are my top 5 reasons why we lost the game at Newcastle. Now, number 5, Erik ten Hag doesn't know who his best team is or what his team is. And I say that with not knowing all the nuances of injuries. We complained about Rasmus not starting, or we complained about Rasmus not finishing the games. And then when he went past 75 minutes, he pulled a hamstring. But with that being said, I think everyone knows that he would have been more suited for the game at Newcastle. I mean, Martial barely touched the ball the last game, and he barely touched the ball this game. So as a United fan, when I saw the team sheet, I was like, it doesn't make any sense. Guys, comment down below. Were you happy with Martial starting? Would you have rather seen Rasmus? Am I making this up here? My other problem was McTominay. I know I have said that McTominay is somewhat undroppable, but to a certain extent, he played so badly in Turkey. He made the entire game so open because he was all the way up top trying to score goals like a central attacker, and left the entire back line and Kobe himself exposed. And we go ahead and start him in this game. Now, Kobe Mainoo is a gem of a player, but he's still young. And he's going to need someone who's a bit more level-headed in the midfield with him. So if it's not going to be a player that can sit back, kind of like dictate the process of the midfield like Casemiro would have done, or I would have thought Amrabat would be more suited for as opposed to McTominay. McTominay is a bit of a run and gun kind of player at points. Does he have his own attributes? Yes, of course. And this is why I still like McTominay. I think he's a fabulous squad player. But we have to kind of know when to get him out of the game. He was doing a really good job filling in for other players that's out, but you and I both know that Scott McTominay isn't or shouldn't necessarily be a starting 11 player every week. So, number 4, defense is not the reason why we didn't lose the game. Defense is the reason why we didn't lose the game by a lot more. So, shout out to the defense, but especially shout out to Mr. Harry Maguire himself. Now, I have been very critical of Harry, and the truth is, when I was being critical of Harry, I think he deserved the criticism. He was terrible at some points. But ever since we've removed the captaincy or the pressure of the captaincy, and he's kind of not so much in the limelight, he's been able to just concentrate on his football, and he's definitely worth 60 million or creeping up to 60. So long may it continue. He's having a really good season despite our defense has been chopped and changed 15 times this way from Sunday. He's been the constant in the center of the defense. So he has kind of been the glue keeping everything somewhat together, especially with an offense at the mid-season, and we have -1 goal differential. For us to be still within 7th place and within touching distance of the Champions League. Good shout out to the defense again, and especially shout out to Harry Maguire. A lot of players could learn from your example in turning your situation around. So kudos to Harry. Now, number 3. I think Marcus Rashford has peaked. Well, he peaked last season. Guys, after missing the game at Galatasaray, I thought that he would come to this game ready to play. I thought the defense is going to have problems between Garnacho and Rashford on the other side, but it was like he wasn't even there. You could have put a plank of wood in the same place and it would have done a better job of tripping up the attacker than Marcus Rashford. He was non-existent. And look, the truth is, Marcus Rashford has only scored over 15 goals in one season of the Premier League. And he's been in the Premier League for at least 5 or 6 seasons now. Last season, yes, he scored 17 with a total of around 30-something goals, total goals. But that was his best season. Seasons before that, he was nowhere near those numbers. So I think we're just hoping that Rashford repeats this season that he had, which, guys, I don't see it. And it's halfway through the season. We're pretty much out of the Champions League. So you can kiss that form goodbye, unless he has this miraculous turnaround in the second half of the season. But for me, I don't want to use the word finished, but maybe he has peaked. Number 2. Now, with that said, I think we need some reinforcements. I just don't see where we're going to get these goals from between the attackers that we have and even the squad that we have. Right now, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's still Bruno with the most goals. Between all of our attackers, we're looking at maybe 10 goals. That's between Rasmus, Rashford, Anthony, Pellistri, Garnacho. It's sad. So January is around the corner. Do we dip into the transfer market? And who are we getting? I hear people asking for a defender, but at this point, we just chopped and changed the defenders yesterday again. Luke Shaw was playing centre back after just coming back from an injury, and somehow we kept it together for only a 1-0 defeat, when it should have probably been a little bit more. So, in my opinion, we need to go into the market and try and find a left winger that can compete with Rashford and Garnacho. And we need to find either a right winger, or Ahmad should be coming back soon. You guys let me know what your opinion is. We definitely need a striker. And we need an attacking midfielder, because if we lose Bruno, any creativity that we're not capitalizing on has just gone out the window. Mason Mount is injured. Eriksen is injured. So we definitely need a central attacking midfielder. Where does any of this come from? I don't know, but reinforcements are clearly needed. The number one reason why I believe we lost that game against Newcastle, the same reason: the players are playing badly, the manager is uncertain, the fans are uncertain, and the football club in general is uncertain, is the fact that we do not know who owns Manchester United. And you clearly see the difference in 2 clubs, one that was mid-table for the good side of a decade, and one that was top tier for the good side of a decade. And within a season and a half, they are somewhat flipped. And if it's not, the flip hasn't been completely completed, it's soon to be. Newcastle are clearly a team on the up, with the investments from new owners, clear direction of where they're going, a clear idea of what kind of players they want to get, and a clear idea of the goals they want to achieve. Us, on the other hand, the manager doesn't know who he can buy. The club doesn't know who owns the club. The players don't know if they're going to be there or not. It's just an absolute confusion from the top down, and you can see it reflecting on the football pitch now. That is the number one reason why not only did we lose that game against Newcastle, but the position that we are in as a football club. And the sooner we can get the ownership of the club sorted out, I think is the faster we can move on as a unit and probably build something. If you see As bad as Chelsea are doing right now, they just won their game. We have to go play them soon, and I'm definitely don't feel confident in if we can achieve a win or even a result. So we need to clarify the club's ownership. We need to know who's going to take responsibility for the mess that we're in and try and get us out of it. They still haven't addressed the Sir Jim Ratcliffe rumors that are now back to being rumors. At this point, I'm waiting for Sheikh Jassim to come out with a Christmas present and saying he's going to buy the club. But guys, these are my 5 reasons why I think we lost the game against Newcastle and just the situation that we find ourselves in general. Let me know what you guys think. We're going to leave it there for today. Like the video, comment, and subscribe. And if you've been rocking with your boy this long, I really do appreciate you. So God bless you and GGMU. Peace.